Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 1944A, and today's date is August 15th, 2019, and the title of the episode is, What You Are Witnessing is the Destruction of the Central Bank Economy. Before we get started, I have a question. Do you like secrets? If you follow QAnon, the chances are you do. So take a look at this. It's an amazing coin, and it's symbol of belonging, your link to like-minded people, all belonging to a group who are trying to understand why the conspiracy lives and what they can do about it. Where we go one, we go all is very apt and is one of the many sayings and symbols in the design. To buy or not to buy, go to greatawakeningcoin.com and use the code X22 Report to get $5 off a package of 2 coins. The choice to know will be yours. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, before I get started, I just want to mention that the X22Report.com site, well, it was hacked, and the hosting company said that it's too far gone and they can't allow the site to be up. The good news is that I have been working on a brand new site. It is almost finished. I have to put the finishing touches on it, and I'll be bringing that up in a couple of days. So there will be a time period where you will not see the X22Report.com site. But to view the reports and listen to them, you can go to my Twitter account, which is twitter.com/X22Report, or go to YouTube and just type in X22 Report, or go to Steemit and just type in X22 Report, and you'll be able to listen to the X22 Report on all these platforms. And when the site comes back up, yes, once again, you'll be able to listen to it on the site. Now, we are witnessing the destruction of the central bank economy. Just think about what has been happening here. Trump has been controlling the Fed, telling the Fed, listen, we need to lower interest rates. We need stimulus. He's using tariffs to put pressure on China. And this pressure is forcing companies to make a decision. Should we stay in China and pay the fines? Is this going to continue? Or should we move out of China into another country or back to the United States? Trump right now, he's looking at increasing the tariffs, and he's putting more pressure on these companies. This is all being done on purpose. What we also see happening is out in the UK, Boris Johnson and Trump, they have already made a tentative free trade agreement. So when the UK leaves the EU, the UK doesn't have to worry. The people don't have to worry. Everything that the EU was putting out there, all that fear-mongering, that completely disappears. But what else happens? All the other EU nations, they're thinking to themselves, well, wait a minute. They have this incredible free trade deal with the US. They're doing really well. And the EU is not controlling them. Italy's going to look at this. Hungary's going to look at this. When Macron is out, Le Pen's going to look at this. All these countries are going to look at this and say, you know something? Maybe we would be better off if we create our own currency, we control our own trade deals, and we are completely separate and apart from the EU. When you step back and you take a look at this, what is Trump doing? He's destroying the central bank economic system. Now think about what we've been seeing here in the United States. Yes, the stock market's bobbing up and down, but we knew this was going to happen. What is Trump doing right now? When the stock market goes down, he blames the Fed. When it goes back up, it goes up pretty much to where it left off. When it comes back down, he blames the Fed again. Why is he doing this? He wants the people to understand that the Fed is responsible for this economic system. Now, we know that the stock market is not the economic system, but we need to remember the mainstream media, the central bank, over many, many years, they made everyone believe through their brainwashing that, yes, the stock market is the economy. No, that is not the economy. That's not the people's economy. The people's economy is the people buying goods, having a job, manufacturing. That's the people's economy. As the market continues to dip, what happens to gold each time? It moves up a little bit. And what haven't we seen so far? We haven't seen the paper contracts thrown at gold. What does this tell you? It tells you that this manipulation scam that they had going on, it seems like it has come to an end. Now, we'll have to wait a little bit longer, because if gold can get to 1,600 to 1,700 to 1,800 without being slammed down, we will know for sure that that manipulation is done, which means the patriots are in complete control of the system. So if Trump brings the interest rates down to zero, has complete control of the Fed, Trump now is making all the calls that have to do with the economy. And we need to remember, when the mainstream media is out there and they're reporting on the economy, and I see a lot of them saying that we're heading towards a recession, we need a recession, this way Trump isn't reelected. I mean, think about what they're saying here. They want the economy to crash so Trump is not reelected. The economy is not going into a recession. The economy is going to thrive right now, and I'm talking statistically. Remember, Trump is working with a central bank system, which is based on an illusion. And we talked about this in length, how they manipulate the numbers, and this has to do with unemployment, GDP, and everything else, to make everyone believe that the system is doing really, really well. But the system, the central bank system, is dying. And Trump needs to keep this dying system alive. And the only way to do this is to use the magic wand, to take control of the Fed, to drop the interest rates, to push stimulus. Because when you drop the interest rates, what happens? People, they go out and they say, now I can afford a house. Oh, this is a good time to purchase a car. Oh, this time I can send my child to college, let's say, by taking out a student loan because the interest rate's very low. Now everyone's saying, well, isn't this going to be bad later on? Because when the whole system comes down, all these people are going to be stuck with this real estate, with these loans. No, Trump, the patriots, they're planning to do something with this debt. Remember, this is a debt-based system which was created by the central bank. Their system, their whole entire system, their economic system, runs on debt. And it's a flawed system. It doesn't work over time. This is why Trump and the patriots, they realize that they can't move forward unless they have a parallel economy, which is based on sound money. And like Q has told us, gold is going to destroy the Fed. What do we see gold doing? Well, in a very short period of time, it went from 1,300 all the way up to 1,500. Now, of course, they don't want it to move up too fast because people will start saying, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why is gold at 3,000? Why is it at 5,000? Is there something wrong here? Is the dollar worth zero? Well, of course it is. But they want to do this very, very slowly. Almost like when the petrodollar economy was coming online and Nixon was saying, oh, look, we have these gold speculators and this is really bad for the economy and we need to remove the United States off the gold because of these speculators. They did this very, very slowly over time. And when the time was right, they said, okay, now we have to pull the plug and let's take the entire economic system off the gold standard and put it on the petrodollar system. Trump and the patriots are doing the same exact thing. Over time, they're letting gold move up slowly but surely, and very soon, they're going to do the opposite. They're going to take us off the petrodollar system and move us back to the gold system. And I do believe that with the restructuring of the Fed, and with putting us on sound money, they're going to take care of the debt problem, because this was created by the central bank system. And all those people that are holding assets, I don't think it's going to be as bad as it would be if the deep state were in control, which they are not. The patriots are in control. So what we're watching right now in real time is the destruction of the central bank system. Remember, they're completely exposed. They have no place to hide. There is no event. There is no war. There is nothing like that where they can hide behind all of it to say, oh, it wasn't us. It was because of this. Remember, when a central bank system fails without having another system in place like a sound money system, credit freezes up. When credit freezes up, guess what you don't get? You don't get deliveries. There's no food on the shelves. You see none of that. This is why they need an event. This is why they need a war, because with a war, they can say, this is why you're seeing no food on the shelves, because we're in a war situation. Oh, this is why you're not seeing fuel come into the country and you can't gas up your car. They have a way to explain it. Without that, they're completely exposed. But Trump and the patriots, they're planning to transition us from this debt-ridden system into a sound money system. And we're not going to experience that. Yes, there'll be bumps along the way. It's not going to be perfectly smooth. Some people will be hurt. But if you're prepared, you'll be able to glide right through this. And if you've been preparing for a very long time, where you've been purchasing silver and gold at these really, really inexpensive prices. I mean, if you go back some time, gold was around $1,100 at one point, and silver was like $15, $16 an ounce. As you can see now, they're both moving up. And like we said before, the real value of gold, if you go back to prior to 1913, it's like $5,000, almost $6,000. Gold, silver is almost $700 an ounce compared to what it is today. What we're looking at when we look at the precious metals, we're looking at the manipulated values. Once everything's said and done and we're back to sound money, everything is going to look very, very different. And people are going to experience an economy like they've never experienced an economy before. Remember, we've been taught through our entire lives that debt is good, and being in debt is fantastic. We're about to see everything completely change. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.